In nomine Patris, Filii, Spiritus Sancti, Amen. For all of you out there who celebrate, it is Palm Sunday, and it is Dirk Sunday Mass. It's my new name for Sundays. Thanks for joining me. Hope you're all well today. It's a sunny, freezing cold day in New York City. I went out to do the recycling, and it was so sunny and beautiful, and I couldn't believe how incredibly cold it was. Who do we have? Kalois in the room says, have a blessed Palm Sunday. The same to you. Selena says, bless me, Dirk, for I have sinned. Yeah, well, that's true. Happy Palm Sunday, everyone. Happy Palm Sunday. Yeah, so Sunday's a thing now. I'm going to do with you every Sunday at 3 o'clock. So come one, come all, join us. And whoever's in the room, say hello. Vasilios P is here. He says, good evening. It's evening for you because you're in Greece, right? Good evening, Dirk, and all. Good evening to you. I wanted to send a special thanks out to Scott E. Love, who came out of nowhere and sent me. It's amazing the way the folks on this show are so kind and so observant. I was, Friday night was a shit show. Oshin and I got started regular time. He started an hour late because of European daylight savings time. So he joined me like when I was already an hour into progress. So we went on for like 3 hours, and there was some drinking involved. And I apologize because it's not usually the way I behave, but I got a little buzzed at the end of that one, that's for sure. And so my apologies if I came off. But Dirk needed a drink. It was a rough week, and still rough, but I'm trying to figure out ways to stay busy and stuff like that. But he picked up on the fact that I was drinking out of these tumblers, and I just said, oh, well, all my stemware is gone because various friends and loved ones have come over here and broken them all. So he sent me this beautiful package of Riedel stemmed Bordeaux glasses, these beautiful Bordeaux glasses. And I wanted to say thank you so much, Scott E. Love, for doing that. It was very kind of you. The kindness on this channel never ceases to amaze me. I think that we've assembled some of the sweetest, nicest people, the kindest hearts, understanding, hey, you know what, when it's not my opinion, I love to hear more about it. And that's the thing. More gets done with a conversation than it does with acts of violence or war or hatred or stupid words and, that kind of shit. Blah, blah. Dean says, Palm Rolex. Andy Dufresne's in here. He says, Palm Franz. Good evening from Vienna. Good evening from Vienna. My niece is in Vienna right as we speak. My glass, is it my screen or is it just my glasses that look a little fuzzy? Who's that troll that's going to say he's always got technical problems? I don't know. I'm getting a Mac Mini, I think, this week or something, because I just think that my video card is just either shot or whatever. But that's how these things go. You switch stuff up as they come along, and I tried the camera out. That didn't work out. I still want to work on that and get that better. I'm also going to put a limiter on my microphone, because as you guys know, it sounds really good until I belt something out, and then it just goes to hell. That's because I need to put a limiter on. And I have all that equipment here. I just have to figure out how to wire it, because I'm not quite sure how to do that. I'm not. So how are y'all doing today on Sunday? If you're celebrating Palm Sunday, do you go to Mass? Do you not go to Mass? I'm going to stop by the church and just get some palms just so I can put them with Laverne. Even though I'm a little mad at the big guy right now for various reasons. Really didn't think that was going to happen, but, it's all about faith. Dunk, 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 right? So, yeah. Let's see. I got a couple of pictures booted up. Remember to send your pictures, your wonderful shots to basherdirk@gmail.com. That is basherdirk@gmail.com. And you share with me and I share it with the world. Just send pictures of your watches, because that's where we started, or with your beloved pets and your cars, or whatever it is that floats your boat, that makes you smile, makes you happy, and you want to share something fantastic with the world. That's cool too. Richard Petrie is in the room. Good evening, everyone from Fife. That's how you say it, FIFA in Scotland. You say it like the football league. You might. In Scotland. I watched a documentary the other night. I have never been to Scotland. I know that sounds crazy, but I haven't. And it was, it was The Reluctant Traveler with Eugene Levy, who I think everybody loves him. He's just fantastic. I started watching his show and I thought it was a bit shit because he was just kind of Borscht Belty and was kind of boring. And I was like, oh, these jokes are tired. But then I watched the Scotland one because it turns out that Eugene Levy's mother was from Scotland, not indigenous to Scotland. I think their family immigrated from Poland and they wound up in Scotland for a generation plus. So Eugene Levy's mom's from Glasgow. And it was a fantastic episode. He had a tartan made, he had a kilt made, and it was a really, really good episode. I was like, man, I've got to get to that country. It is so freaking beautiful. And it's Celtic, so we got to love that. Here's Damien Griffiths. Good evening, Dirk. First time commenting, sitting listening to you with my first cup of coffee. Hey, well, welcome to the chats. Welcome to the gang. I don't think you'll find a nicer gang of folks anywhere on YouTube. We've assembled somehow, I don't know, coming from me and Asheen doing bashers and watch Fashion Police, and then me doing the Dirk weekdays, and now the new Sunday Mass. We've assembled just some of the greatest people I have ever had the chance to know. I mean, I'm amazed every single day. And look who's here. It's Ray Ray. Smooth Sunday sailing. All, how are you doing, Ray Ray? We've all been thinking about you all week. It's not just about me and my bullshit, but everyone here, and we appreciate you and love you so much, Ray Ray, and thank you for being a part of this gang. I hope your week, could get as good as it could get, Richard says, I stay about 14 miles from St. Andrews. Wow. I think Americans' opinions of, they don't know that much. They just know all the touristy memes and stuff like that. They think of golf. They think of where Madonna got married. Somebody said that to me the other day. Oh, isn't that where Madonna got married? I said, I think so, when she married Guy Ritchie. I'm watching Guy Ritchie's new series, and it's typical Guy Ritchie, but it's actually kind of fun. The Gentleman, this series. I really enjoyed the film. I really did. But looking for stuff to watch to keep me busy, and I think it's fun. It's like a show about this kind of semi-loosely connected to royalty family. They're like some kind of dukes or earls or something. I think they're dukes and duchesses. And apparently, in order to keep, it's like Downton Abbey, in order to keep the money flowing, the upkeep on these big old castles is daunting. And so they're growing weed, like an underground bunker. Pretty interesting. And then there's, it's Guy Ritchie. There's a lot of cursing, a lot of violence, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Selena says, please upvote to show appreciation. Yeah, please. All it takes is a little thumbs up. A thumbs up, Rudy, if you like the show and if you like to hang out with us. It's not just with me. It's with the whole gang. Remember, you control the chat. Send me what you like. And sometimes a good left turn is great. I love to take my mind off of things. And what have I been doing the last couple of days? I've been cleaning everything in my house, I just got rid of, so many old clothes today. I've had piles of clothes kicking around that I needed to just bag up, bring to Goodwill, and get them out of my hair because I'm never going to wear them. And you know what? I didn't even look. I just knew that it's not stuff. I wear the same 4 or 5 things every day. I have my closet full of nice stuff, which is that. And then, I must have had 50 black t-shirts and like 6 pairs of jeans that I'll never wear and stuff like that. So I just bagged that all up and did a lot of vacuuming and just keeping busy and blah, blah, blah. Melly C is here. Hey, Melly C. I have some pictures on tap from you. Good day, Dirk. Hope you are well. I'm better. I'm still a lonely little existence. I probably need to have my head examined. I'll tell you, you remember I told you guys the other day that I had this weird thing in my ear? It's like a thump, 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 thump. I don't know what it is. And it's weird. And it happens a lot and it's annoying. And somebody said something about it being some form of tinnitus or tinnitus, as they say in the States. I went to a doctor yesterday. I actually just went to one of those clinicky things because it was pouring rain here. I just wanted to get an idea, have them look in there, see if there was something weird. Well, blood pressure was good. My carotid artery didn't sound weird. But I have an appointment on Tuesday to go see an ENT, ear, nose, and throat specialist, to go find out what this is. So it's very weird. So I feel well, but I just have this thing. It just sounds like, and it just comes and goes. And this morning I woke up and it was gone. And then like an hour or two later, it showed up. I was like, what the fuck is that? Really annoying. So there's that, because I haven't paid attention to my health in 1,000 years, and I probably should. Spike the dog. Hey Dirk, first time catching you live. I'm currently getting ready to go to a Russian banya. Frick, I would love to do that. To sit in a sauna and have drinks with the boys. Man, where are you? Because there's one here there's a couple in New York, but the real good ones. You want to go to like the Russian ones that are like in Brooklyn. I think they still have them down there. I think I've mentioned on the stream that when I tour with my band, I always want to make sure hotels we stay in have a steam room, because it's so great for your voice. You just sitting there for an hour with a towel over your head and just like lay on one of the the step ups and just hydrate like that. Sauna no good, but the steam is amazing. And I do love those banya type places. I don't know where to go. I went to a place once in the city called the 10th Street Turkish Bath. And I will say this. I caught something in there. I caught something called folliculitis. This was about 20 plus years ago. It was in the 90s. I went in there because we were playing a lot. And I remember, I'm going to go get a great steam. And I went and I got a massage too. That was the last massage I ever had. It was like the one where they beat you with the reeds and all that stuff. Apparently there must have been some kind of bacteria on the masseur's hand, and it like one leg got like every follicle on my leg got infected. And I had to go on antibiotics. So I'm kind of scared off about that. I have never had another massage since then. And blah blah blah. I wouldn't do the massage thing ever again, but I would definitely do the banya. I would love to sit in there. Where do you go? Tell me, Spike the dog. Having a nice coffee. Dean says, me Charlton kid is the regimental tartan of the C4th Highlanders. Green matches the Starbucks. Oh, I mean, everybody's family has one. The Irish don't wear kilts per se, unless you're in the Hibernians. It's not like the way you guys do. However, there's certainly a Kennedy tartan, and I've got plenty of it in the house. In various things. My sister collects Kennedy tartan stuff too, and I just think kilts are hot, and sexy. I like them. I think they look great, and I would have worn one if I don't think Axl was the first rock star to wear. I think the guy in Nazareth was the first guy, and I don't know his name off the top of my head, and I probably should, but I'm pretty sure he was the first guy to wear a tartan on stage, like a full-on kilt. If anybody else has done that since, they're all copycats. Rufus, cheers from Naples, Florida, land of golf courses. My other niece lives in Naples, Florida, and she loves it. HST, hey, I have the same in-ear thumping thing too. It's intermittent. Exactly. Hey, why don't you send me an email at basherdirk@gmail.com and we will commiserate. Maybe we'll figure out what we have together. It's really weird. And during the whole stress, they asked me how long it's been going on. And I said, I don't know. And she goes, how could you not know? And I said, because I've not been paying attention to myself at all for the past month-ish, 3 weeks, because, the whole Laverne thing. And if it happened, I didn't notice it. I a couple of times I was just looked around thinking it was, like the street or, the idiots that are constantly doing illegal construction on my building, thinking it was them, because it happens at all hours because they don't care. I haven't had heat since they bought the building. That's how bad it is. So I didn't know. I said, I know for a fact that in the last week I've noticed it. So last week I've had nothing to do but think about, how crap my life is now. Andy says maybe stress. You had a tough year. I did and I didn't. Okay. Yeah. I mean, the job thing, I got over that pretty fast because I started Dirk Weekdays and I love doing this. I mean, I'm grateful every single day that I have this cool place to go at 4, at 5, or 3 on Sundays and meet up with y'all. And this is what I have decided I plan to do. It is building. It is technically doable at this time, unless it goes into the shitter. But it's been pretty great so far that I'm able to do this as a job. How, I don't know. Thank you to Sheen and Carolyn and all the people that egged me on to do this, and I'm grateful every day. Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of stress, but I guess I handle stress. I didn't handle stress this week at all, at all. It finally just that was just the worst. Nothing was funny. Just trying to figure out. I did my Life Without Laverne show a week ago. That was an actual week ago. And I have to say, this week flew by, and I couldn't have done it without the kindness and love of Paul and my family and my friends and you guys. So thanks. Yeah, it could be stress, the way you hold stress. But she took my blood pressure and she said, "Well, that's really nice." She took my pulse. She goes, "Oh, that's really nice." I asked her to do that. I said, "Could you just put the stethoscope on my carotid to make sure it's not all clogged up, because I do love Hellman's mayonnaise and Kerrygold butter, and I haven't been exercising. I've just been a couch potato. I haven't been doing, I used to practice hot yoga 5 days a week. I mean, and that was the greatest thing. And then the pandemic happened, and I think that happened to a lot of people. I think we all just wound up drinking a lot of Barolo and cooking a lot. I have to say this. I made some really good soups this week, because the first couple of days after Laverne, I wasn't really interested in eating or any of that stuff. And Emmett was over, and thank God for him, because he's just a incredible friend and great company. So he kept me busy. And then finally, it was so cold, I decided I could really go for some soup. So I made a couple tomato soups. And then I made a really nice Irishy vegetable. If you've never been to Ireland, and you've never had an Irish veg soup, it's just one of the most magnificent things in the world. It's bisky, it's kind of creamy, and it's delicious, and it's got all the good stuff in it. So I've been making a lot of soup. I made some soda bread to go with that. And this week, Holy Week, I'm going to be making something called crescia. Now, crescia means to rise in Italian, for those who don't know the language. And I only know about crescia because of my in-laws are from, this beautiful Adriatic town in Le Marche in Italy. And I've gotten to eat it every Easter. They call it Easter bread, but it's crescia. And what it is basically is, it's a cheese bread. So it's 500 grams of 00 flour, and like a pound of half Parmigiano Reggiano and half Pecorino Romano, and yeast, lots of pepper, and some salt, and some eggs, and some milk. And then you set it out to rise. And because it's so heavy with all the cheese in there, it's like a miracle if it rises. So that's there's a blessing that goes involved in it. And it rises pretty high, and then you bake it. And it's this giant, crispy, very, very cheesy, Parmigiano kind of cheesy bread. It is magnificent tasting stuff. Super duper savory. I've only made it one time before, but I've been kind of enlisted to be because Paul's Aunt Gloria died last year, and she was the official crescia maker. So I'm going to be the official, because I love to bake anyway. I find it extremely therapeutic. Spike the dog says, "I'm in Philadelphia, and this place is awesome. We have every type of sauna you can imagine: ice baths, ice rooms, a full service kitchen with pretty decent food. Cheers, Dirk. Love your show." Hey, man, thanks, Spike the dog. Wow, Philadelphia is not far away. Maybe I will send me an email at basherdirk@gmail.com and let me know where that is, because it's just a train ride. It's just get on the whatchamacallit train. What do you call that? Acela. Maybe I'll do a Philadelphia day. I wouldn't mind. Maybe we'll meet up there. I would love to go sit in there and just steam out. Dean, I have tinnitus from listening to Genesis too loud in the 80s on a Walkman, a permanent ringing that comes and goes. Yeah, well, Paul has tinnitus or tinnitus as well, and he describes it as like I was describing to the doctor. I said it's not musical. There's no pitch. There's no tone. It's just a, and it always seems to do that. Starts fast and then it goes kind of slows down. So I don't know. Andy Dufresne says, mind, body, spirit. It's time to look after yourself. Really be careful. I know. I mean, you could just stroke out or have a massive heart attack or, stuff like that can happen. I guess it can happen to anybody, but, when you get in your 50s, it could certainly do that. Mr. Bad Gas. Well, I'll say this. You're looking sharp today. Do take care. Thank you. I don't know how sharp I look, but actually, it was funny. This morning I was making tomato soup and I had just taken this out of the laundry. It's just a pullover, but it's it's a nicer looking one. And let me take my banner off the screen. And I went to put it on. I took a shower and I was like, oh, I only put that on this morning. Let me put it back on. And it had like tomato. I had to grab a thing and get it off because, I know this isn't a real word, but my mother used to use it. And she used to say, look out or that's going to skite all over the place, meaning it will spray all over the place. So obviously I was using a immersion blender because what I do when I make like a tomato soup is I'll start out with a base of like butter, olive oil, some water, salt, pepper, and I'll put onions and garlic and, all kinds of like things. And then I'll let that create my base. And then I'll add my tomatoes, et cetera, et cetera. And then when I'm done with all that stuff or whatever, vegetable, celery, whatever, I put carrots. After it, I'll take the immersion blender in there and I'll just, smooth it out. I'll just completely cream the whole thing. And I didn't realize it got all over my shirt. Anyway, so thank you for saying I look sharp, but you're just too kind. You're just too kind. But I'm going to actually look up to see if there's a banya in New York. You just got to be careful. I'll tell you a funny story. And this is Sunday, so I shouldn't say this because it's rather, what is the word I'm looking for? It's rather ungentlemanly. I used to belong to the Y, and I loved it because as a bartender, it was 24 hours, and it was on 57th Street in Manhattan, 47th Street in Manhattan, called the Vanderbilt Y. It was great, and they had like the big gym. They had 2 pools, and they had this amazing steam room. I was always alone. It was amazing. I had all to myself at 2:00 in the morning. One time I went in there, and I'm steaming out, and the door opens up, and it's so steamy in there, you can't see anything anyway. So I could see a figure come in, and then the door opened again. There was another figure. I was like, wow, there's people in here tonight. Weird. Well, you know how when you're in a steam room, like the steam dissipates and then it comes back in, whatever. Well, next thing you know, I realized that there's some kind of behavior going on that is just not for public consumption. And I said, hey, you want to knock it off? And they ignored me. So I went up and I told on them. They were kicked out. Because you know what? There's a time and a place for everything. And that is definitely not it, people. Come on. Grow up. Public people and their weirdness. It's gross. Terrible. Not a very Sunday mass kind of thing to talk about, but I'll just was like, I was appalled. What's wrong with people? It's like they were living out like a 70s porno movie. Terrible. Dean says, wow, Classic Eye Bashers was 3. Was it that long? Shit. Yeah, I know. I do review all the shows. I do. Little bits and pieces to say. Did I say that? Did he say that? Did Dean say that? Mr. Badcast say that? Andy said, who said that? Because I'm always, want to make sure that the content is fun and it moves along. And I love to read the comments. And there's not a whole hell of a lot of comments on a 4-hour stream. I got this new lens cleaner. It's actually pretty cool. And believe it or not, it's from Costco. It's called Kirkland, which is like their brand. Um, and I watched it and I was like, okay, it wasn't that bad, but I was like, I drank almost an entire bottle of wine by myself. I mean, probably about 2/3 of it, and relatively fast. And I hadn't eaten anything. I was getting into the conversation, and the, the bastards were on fire on Friday night. It was just it was like one of the best shows we ever had. And then I was worried. I was like, oh crap, am I going to come off as like I'm a little drunk? Because I don't drink very often, and I certainly don't drink a lot. And if I do, I'm a very cheap date. I get a little buzzed really fast, but it wasn't so bad. I mean, I did a lot of singing, and that's when I realized I need a limiter on this thing because it breaks up. And I have one. I just got to figure out how to wire it, like I said. But thanks for that, Dean, and I'm glad you you stuck it out. Dirk, you definitely need to drink more wine on your shows. You're funnier. Yeah, well, loose lips sink ships, as they say. And, your inhibitions go and you just start, you know, you just start spewing stuff. Look who's here. It's Andrew. I'm home, had errands to do. Well, you are home officially. It's great to see you on the stream. It's always great to see Andrew, who is kind of like the bastard mascot, because he's here. Even when he's not here, he leaves the first message and, a super chat or a super sticker, and he always has positive things for everybody to do. It's always so positive, and I just want to thank you for being like the head cheerleader, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And like I had a little text message earlier with Carolyn, and we were like, you know what I mean? It's just I love this community. I love this community. This is just such a gang of people I look forward to talking to daily. So when I'm not here on Saturdays and Mondays, because Mondays we do watch Fashion Police, and I can't do two in a row. It's just too much. But and plus I want to prep stuff a little bit. So what I'm going to do with those, I'm gonna figure out how I hook up this limiter so I get more ability to have a dynamic sound, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So what's going on with you all today? What are you doing on this Palm Sunday? What is going on here? I had just sent I didn't read story time yet. I'm going to do that tonight because I have the night free to myself. And what better than Andrew sends me story times? Don't be jealous. But these are you will probably get to hear most of them because I think I've sort of convinced him that he needs to be published because they're excellent. He's an excellent writer, and it's all emotions. It's funny, it's tragic, it's hilarious, it's sad, it's smart, it's intuitive. I've really enjoyed Andrew's writings, and I think you'll probably get them eventually. I just sent some pictures. Come in and saw the cats in the sun. Oh, that's nice. Did you send? Oh, there they are. And there they are. Ray. I think one bottle is very doable. Actually, highly recommended for foreplay. Yeah. I mean, there used to be a time back in the day when all the O'Malleys lived here. We had wine club. That's what we called it. And it was at Dana and Emmett's apartment at their giant table. They had this amazing, and it pains me to think of where that table is now. Like, I've been to their house in Los Angeles, and I can't remember if it's there. This big slab of oak, dark, stained really dark, magnificent. I have a million pictures of the great wines we drank there. But this was, they've been gone 7 years about. So we used to have wine club, and we'd each drink a bottle of wine throughout the course of the night because we'd have so many bottles, and it barely did anything. It's all about training. And my training right now is not so good, but I am going to break out. Scotty Love's wine glasses because they're beautiful. I actually made an unboxing video. I think I don't know where I'm going to put it. I just thought, is it in bad taste to do an unboxing video when somebody sends you a gift like that? I don't know. It might be. I've never done one, so I don't know. You tell me if that's, I just wanted to say thank you. So I said, Paul, film me opening up this beautiful box. Then I was like, maybe that's in poor taste. I don't really know. I don't know. I don't know what the etiquette is on, and plus I don't know if he would want me to share that. So I will send it to him for sure. So yeah. Hey, it's 3:30. We're a half an hour in. Why don't we just do some pictures while we're at it? And Andrew, let's start out with the beautiful Morgana, because I think everybody needs to see more of her. And it makes me happy to see this 28-year-old beauty, Calico Beauty. Look at her. She's beautiful. What a baby doll. Give her a big hug and kiss for me, will you? I would appreciate it. Okay. That's the first of Andrew. Now, Chris Boyd sent me pictures of his family crest. My family crest is 3 crowns. Kennedy, by the way, in Irish means ugly head. How did they know? This is Chris Boyd and his family crest, which he had tattooed on his body. It's very large. I guess that's the Boyd crest, huh? Oh, I thought that was 2 pictures. It says, no, sent from my iPhone. Very cool, Chris Boyd. I'll boot up mine in a minute. Actually, our crest is really cool. I'll get it for you now. It's very royally looking. We are somehow related to Brian Boru. Ask my sister. She knows all that stuff. I mean, I'm like, blah, blah, blah. So let me find the perfect one. It's just 3. It's 3. Here it is. This is the one. I'll show you this one. The tab, right? Kennedy crest. Ta-dum. That's crest. You know, there's so many different versions of it, but it's 3 armor heads. But it means ugly head. Just saying. Thank you so much for that, Mr. Boyd. Vaughn, what do you have for us today? Oh, hey, look. Vaughn sent somebody asked me the other day during the show if I Can't Sleep Without a Nightlight was part of the Peanuts the comic strip, and I said it was, and I did find it, and I have it on my Instagram. But here's one for you all to see. And that is Snoopy Rats. It's no use. And oh, look, isn't he the cutest? I can't sleep without a nightlight, and he's got the moon. And that's where they got it from. So it's not like something they made up. It's like, what would you do in 14 seconds? So that's very, very cool. And thank you for that. Thank you for letting everybody know about that. Much appreciated, Vaughn. David Smith. Oh, David Smith is presenting to us his very fast and very beautiful Porsche Cayman. My friend Mary got one of those. I should say my ex-friend. She doesn't want to be friends with me anymore because she was, I was a bartender. She lived upstairs. She was an elderly woman who was very young and vivacious in her way. And she was macking on my 40-year-old friend, and it went south and she couldn't take it. And I just said, what were you thinking? That's a beautiful car. That really is. It just looks fast. Doesn't it? It just looks like it's fast. Nice. Toys, things in life make us happy. Could be could be a beautiful writing instrument from Carolyn Martin. By the way, I wrote every single, for those of you who sent me your addresses, I sent Laverne cards to everybody. Thank you cards for being such good people. I wrote them all with Carolyn's pen because it is a dynamic writing instrument. Who do we got here? We got Ray with some Celtic artifacts. Look at that. Some knacker 1,000 years ago was, I think I'll carve me wall. And it'll be beautiful. The craziest things you see. We are an insignificant speck on this rock, my friends. We're here for such a short time, and look at that. That is there. Somebody left their mark here. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Incredible. The west of Ireland. So many treats to be had. So much history to be seen. Thank you, Ray. You're beautiful. The West, because it is the best. Here's Connor. Oh, well, hey. I mean, it's a simple picture of my favorite watch in the whole wide world. The Omega Speedmaster. This is something he's looking. Oh, this is the one he wants to get. Oh, yeah. This is what he talked about. He lost his. He was doing an auction, and he didn't win it. But look at that. You know, I mean, with the arrowhead. Oh, shit, I'm going to get yelled at. Secondhand's really beautiful. This has a lot of character. So what? Doesn't have dot over 90. Who gives a shit? Nobody cares. Who cares? Who cares? The whole dot over 90 thing has been ruined because now all the new ones have it. So what's the point? You know, that was a thing of the past that was beautiful, that was traded and collectible and great. And now it's on everything, you know? I kind of think it's shitty. But this is the real dealio. And I hope you get that, pal, because I love it. If you're going to get one, that's the 117 one, right? I believe it is. I believe that is. Where is that? Let me see this whole email. Yeah, the 1171 bracelet. It is indeed. I love. Oh, here's Melly C. Oh, ooh, some Rolex love. Let's get into the Melly C state of the collection. That's an Air King. I love the Air King. I like all the Rolexes that, you know, are the oddballs out, you know. The Millie and the Air King. I absolutely love it. And that's the real one. Now it's got the 05, and I like this one way better. They changed it to make it what? To make it more symmetrical? I don't think it mattered. Look at that. Very nice. That's the exact same Seiko that Oshin did a whole thing on, right? Oh, no, it's different. It's slightly different. That's beautiful. Seiko and their dials. And Longines. I am crazy for that Longines. I'm actually crazy for Longines. I think, did anybody see that really cute new Jennifer Lawrence commercial? One, she's adorable. She's walking her dogs and she's got that beautiful tank on. It's gorgeous. And she's walking the dogs, getting her coffee, doing her stuff. And then she's at an award show because it's, you know, it's that versatile of a watch. Yeah, Longines. I'm glad that they got somebody like her because she's fantastic. I love it. I absolutely love this watch. I love the Longines. I love the Seiko too. Love the Seiko too. What else we got? Oh, we got another one from Ray Sailing. Sailing takes me away to where I'm going. Yacht rock. I hate that term, yacht rock. Who invented that? It was obviously made to be epithetical against rich guys playing soft rock on their expensive boats, right? This is beautiful. This is like the type of boat that Simon Le Bon almost bit the dust in, right? This is like a serious racing sailboat. Incredible. Which is sponsored by Omega, I believe. Whenever you see big sailing videos, competitions, you always see Omega there. Always. Omega, Omega, Omega. I say it all three ways, so I'm never wrong. It's people from Britain, oh, it's Omega. Like, Americans are like, it's Omega. So I mostly say Omega. Mostly. Okay, and then we've got Vasilios with some very interesting action on the show tonight. Melly C loves the Air King. Yeah, I love the Air King. I just think it's a special watch. Look at this cool watch. This is definitely a 70s Seiko automatic with 23 joules, a date function. This is super cool. I love the twisty little bracelet. Look at that. Look at you go. Vasilios with his masculine paws there. Looking great. That dial color is insane, huh? Let's blow that up. Can I? Oof. You know, you go on eBay or you go on any of these places and you'll find vintage, gorgeous watches like this. Look at that. Look at that. It's the Seiko 5 automatic. And I love the roulette dial, man. I love it. Fantastic. Yeah, Dean, it has a Cartier look to it, but it's sexier, though, because that color, because Cartier would never do that. Look at that. Japan. beautiful. That blue is sick. That blue is sick. Thank you, Vasilios. Love that. Oh, look at this. This is just Merton. Not to be confused with Carolyn Martin, unless it is. Is this a pseudonym? Can't be. Oh, look at this. This is sexy as sexy AF. Look at this. We got a sub no date. We have an explorer, and we have a date just with their service pouches. And that is a very service pouches and then a travel case. I've got my Omega. I don't know where it is right now. I probably put it away. I have the Omega service pouch, which I love, and I use it. I when I carry it around, I do. And of course, I use my Mirage all the time too, because it's great. That's my favorite sub in the whole wide world is the pre-ceramic no date. I absolutely love this watch. I think it says it's so manly, and it's even sexier when a girl wears it, because I think there's nothing sexier when girls wear ties or a man's business suit or a blazer. I just think it's adorable, and that would look so cute. And the beautiful, I love Explorers. Oh, Explorer 1. I know everybody's crazy goo goo gaga for the Explorer 2. It's just not my favorite thing. This is some gorgeous collection you got on here. I mean, listen, that's all you need, right? Does anybody need more than that? No. And you have 2 oysters and a Jubilee. So that day date. Oh my God. Oh, that date just, sorry. Holy crap. That, kids, is beautiful. Carolyn, you're around, right? Do you like that? I know you're hot for the Jen Aniston, but I think that's so beautiful. I think that watch is insanely sexy. What do you think? I think it's a perfect watch collection. I agree, Dino. I agree that it is. The Rolex Trinity, just Martin is saying. Oh, greetings from Vienna. Very cool. Here's Andrew with Cats in the Sunbeam. So I said earlier that I need like psychological help because, I always told you guys how much that Laverne loved that she would follow the sun all day. She'd, sunbeam here, and then a sunbeam here. And, I have her in it. I haven't gotten an urn for her yet, but I have, she comes in a shopping bag in a container, and I have it on. I keep moving it to the sun. Every time I see a sunbeam, I just move it from where it is just so she's always in the sunshine, because that's my life. Oh, what a beautiful kitty cat. They love the sun more than anything. They love it. Oh, isn't that adorable? I like how your cat actually uses a cat basket. As you all know, Laverne liked the boxes. I could put 50 of those out and she'd be like, I don't want that. I want the box. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, my friend, so much. I love to look at the kitty cats. I love it. So, who's next? Oh, it's more Sunbeam. Oh, thank you, from Andrew. They love the warmth. Look at that. Oh, there they all are. Look at that. Isn't that just that's just so cat-like. Unbelievable. And then when it's done, they just, then it's time for me to eat. Right? Steve McDonald with his ball. He's having a ball, Steve McDonald. Look at that. That's a handsome watch. Can I say that? That is a very, very handsome piece. Wow, look at the very Breitling seconds hand to have that counterweight with the logo. God, you hear that? I just switched to Diet Coke because I'm back on the sauce. Great looking numerals. I can't tell if is this 1 or 2 pictures? It's 1. I can't tell if there's a color variation on the 12, 9, and the 6 because it looks like it might fade a little bit. I love the white dial. I love the presence of It's like almost like a chemin de fer, a little bit more exaggerated seconds track. The indices are super cool, and I love the numerals. It's really great looking. Great, yeah. Ball's a cool brand, man. Very cool brand. Thank you for that. Ah, thank you for that. Let's get back to the chats. Andrew, my favorite show. Upvote and subscribe, everyone. Yeah, if you could do that, that would be fantastic. We don't. I'm not asking. There's a guy. Oh, we'll talk about this guy in a second. I should pay this guy no mind, but first. Thank you, Andrew. And then Dean with the £4.99 sticker. Let's give you a. Thank you for that. Thank you for the super chats on Sunday Mass. Have you committed any sins? Confess your sins. Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. There's a song from a band I was very into called Queensryche. They're like the Pink Floyd of metal. They're very thinking man's kind of orchestral. They have this concept record called Operation Mindcrime, which is a masterpiece. It's incredible. And there's a song called Sweet Sister Mary, and it starts out with like you hear the sound of an electric window go down on a car. And there's this character named Dr. X, and he goes, "Kill her." And he's talking about a nun. And later he does it, and he says, "Bless me, Father, for I have sinned." And then this big "Bless me, Father, for I have sinned." That has probably been used in more movies and songs in the world because, man, we all know what that means. That we've been bad, 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 bad. Indeed. Dirk, put some Jack Daniels and a piece of lemon in the Coke. Yeah, ooh, that would kill me. Jack Daniels is the liquor. It is the liquor that made me never drink liquor again. I was probably 14 or 15, and I went out with my friends. I went to this guy Dean Maffei's house, and there was Jack Daniels present, and so I drank it, and I threw up for like 3 days straight in my basement. My father had built this like latrine, like just a toilet, like surrounded by like sheetrock and wood. It's just like a place for men to relieve themselves. And I just stayed down there on my knees throwing up for 3 days straight. So that is why Dirk does not drink liquor, because that happened to me once, and that's that. So I'm a wine guy, and I can drink beer, but I tend not to. Guinness once in a while. I had a Guinness the other night. I had two actually. It was pretty good. Yeah, liquor, Jack Daniels. I would never put fruit in my, which I guess maybe in a gin and tonic, that would be nice, right? Ray says, correct. Biggest drinking racing yacht I ever had. The misfortune to race with Down Under. All right. Oh, wow. Racing yacht. Wow. Who knew that was a thing? Melly C, that Seiko is stunning. Yeah, right. That blue just pops. There's so many ones to find if you go on. I don't not on Chrono, because that's the Bible. That's where everybody's going to be after stuff. I Facebook Marketplace and eBay. I have my eye right now on a TV Omega TV dial, and it's a couple $100, like $400. I really want it, and the dial is blue, 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 and it is so beautiful. It's just a watch. I've wanted one of those for a really long time, and I've got my eye on it. And see, I probably won't get it, but I tend to. This is my my strategy, so to speak. I don't bid. I'll wait until the very end, and then I'll bid. Hey, I got my Gibson Howard Roberts Fusion that way 20 years ago. And I got my Cannondale 20 years ago. So that's how often I'm on eBay. But I do have the app on my phone, if that makes a difference at all. Got Got some more pictures that just came in on the channel. And this is from Dave. Look at this. His bluesy. Rocking the bluesy. Look how purple that dial looks. Doesn't that dial look amazing? It looks purple. Actually, wouldn't that be sick if they made? Is that kind of like a tropicalization like it happens to Speedmasters? Do bluesy dials go purple, or is that a trick? Is that a trompe-l'oeil? Is that a trompe-l'oeil? No, it looks purple on a big slab of granite. Look at that. Oof. Oh, this is a Chris Ward, huh? Look at the loom on that puppy. Wow. Wow. Wow, that fits you. That looks like a big watch, and it looks like fits you perfectly. Very manly. Very manly, yes, but I like it too. Irish Spring. Thank you, Dave, for that triple. Uh-oh. Vasilios has got a king turtle. I love this dial because it looks like a grenade. And once again, now pardon my ignorance, but on these Seikos, is like Monday black and Tuesday red. Is it roulette style like Rolex used to do, or is it just all the days of the week are red and all of the dates are black? Fill me in on that. Looks great. What size is that watch? No, is it a 42, right? It's 42. 42. Looks great on you, man. Dean says, if I told you my sins would be blocked for life, yeah, well, I mean, did you ever think about, did any of you guys ever think about, like, if you were contracted to write your memoir, what you would leave out? Because I have, and I think I told my Leonard Bernstein story online the other night. Oh, I promised I would keep that one under wraps. Jesus Christ. Oh, that's what liquor does. Who cares? But like, what would you leave out? Because, I mean, certainly everyone's got, well, not everyone, but most people have something that they don't want to share, or secrets that they keep. I know the secrets that you keep when you're talking in your sleep. What was the name of that band? The Romantics. Remember them? What was their big song? That's their second one. I just remember that the singer had a lisp. So he's like, I know the secrets that you keep when you're talking in your sleep. I always remember that. The Romantics, what I like about you, right? That's their song. Yeah, I like it. Melly C, I would love a Seiko Pogue. Well, get one. You deserve it. You sniper bidder, Dirk. Yeah, that's what I am. I'm a sniper bidder. I just wait because I don't want to drive the price up. And you know what? I got my Howard Roberts Fusion for $800. And this is 20 years ago. Heck, it's a jazz box. It's a semi-hollow body Gibson guitar. They're well into the 4.5s, and if they're in great condition. Mine is in excellent condition. It needs a little bit of the binding on the bottom of the frets needs to be repaired. That's just probably from me just being mean to it. Ray says, we only have an hour of time for my sins. Never going to happen. Oh, you know what? We all think we're the biggest sinners in the whole wide world. That's like, well, bless me, Father Five sinned. I've thought about Kaya Gerber. Can anybody believe how gorgeous that girl is? She's more beautiful than her mother, if that's possible. I mean, lusting, and unless you're killing people and, I don't know, stealing and being terrible. I don't know. Dave F451 says 32 years of usage. Ray, I've sold my soul twice now. To the devil? Who was I just recently telling that there's no such thing as the devil? Oh, I was telling Topster McDonkey. Because there are people out there that believe that there are people that pray to Satan. Now, praying to Satan is not really like the entity of Satan, like the entity of God. It's like being selfish, because Satanism is really about self-love. And if you've read LaVey, which I have, and Crowley, and I've read all that stuff, fascinated by religions. I read the Quran. I read The Life of Muhammad, and I have that book here. And I was like, wow, he's not a very good guy. Not a very good dude. Like Jesus was super cool. He was like a hippie that just wanted to spread love. His girlfriend was a prostitute. He hung out with a bunch of sinners. I mean, Jesus is the man. So cool. And he has a great musical. Sunday, Andrew's got red on Miseko. Perfect. Steve McDonald, Sunday red, Saturday blue, rest black. Oh, okay. Sunday red, Saturday blue, rest black. That's even better. Wow. Okay, look at that. Sunday red on my Seiko. That's great. Well, that's unique too. Jeff, weekdays are black, Saturdays are blue, Sunday is red. Isn't that cool? You guys all know. I don't own a Seiko. I just gave one away. That's it. Andrew, oops, too late to leave stuff out now. Uh-oh, I haven't read story time yet. Is it really dirty? Dude, I'll give you a story time. There happens to be a very famous athlete who is now currently running for a political office in the United States. And man, I could shut that down. But I'm not gonna. The Purple Submariner has over 32 years of flawless service, never serviced or polished. Okay, so it has turned purple. Yeah. Dean says, too late, Dirk. All your shit is now live and stored on YouTube permanently. Yeah, well, what I have revealed. But there's so many chapters I left out of the book. It's also unnecessary. Some things you have to keep to yourself, because what's the point? What is the point? Lord H sent me a picture, and you haven't said a word, Lord H. Oh, Lord H. Oh, with the beautiful kitty cat. Look at you. I was going through all the Laverne pictures over the years, because she's an Instagram, she's of that era, of the digital camera in my pocket era. I have so many pictures. She used to be so chubby. And it's like, I put her on a diet because the vet said she was too fat. And I think about it now. I'm like, if she had still had some of that weight on her, she probably would have been able to tolerate whatever was going through her body at this point. Because she really got too skinny. You're beautiful. Lord H. Let me get that off the screen real fast. Maybe I do. Yeah. Andrew says life is about choice, free will, and all that. But I do believe in both angels and demons. I believe that they're here on earth. I also believe heaven and hell are here on earth. I don't know what I think about the afterlife, because I always said I did have a Laverne dream last night. She was in my dream, and I was grateful for that. My dog, who I adored, she was like, when she died, I was destroyed, and she never came to me in a dream. Never once. So I don't know. I think our energy goes somewhere. If we, I'm sure that all of the stuff that's in here can't be it. It just can't be. Your life is now the National Archives. Yeah. Andrew says, chubby girls need love. Always good to be curvy. Well, okay. Hey, everybody, you know what? Every once in a blue moon, when appropriate, because now, you can't even touch somebody's shoulder without them claiming that you've sexually harassed them. Every once in a while, man, don't hesitate to give somebody a hug and tell them that they mean something to you, because you know what? Sometimes people really need it, and people don't ask for it. If somebody says, I really need a hug, then they're just one of these selfish little twats that, to say that is just, I really need a hug. I mean, some guy wrote on, I know I should let this go, right? The Life with the Laverne videos guy goes, get a grip. Does everything have to be on social media? And I was thinking to myself, fuck you, you dick. Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. Because, like, I was just letting everybody know what happened because you guys are also intimately involved in what's been going on here. And she was a superstar. And I just wanted to let everybody know. And it was really hard to do. And he's like, nyeh, nyeh, nyeh. Fuck you. Fuck him. Fuck him. He's not on this show anyway. You privately message me at basherdirk@gmail.com. Send all of your pictures of your loved ones, your watches, your pets, the things that you do, your gardening. I don't care. You share it with me and I share it with the world with your permission. And that's all I have to say on that matter. That's an hour, kids. It's Sunday Mass. And I'm happy to see you all. Scotty H, he finally said, Chitara freaks out when she sees the bottom of her bowl. She's beautiful. When she sees the bottom of her bowl. Oh, no. That's funny. I mean, I used to give Laverne these little tiny morsels because she would eat so fast. I'd have to put them in all different bowls all over the house. And it's like giving her a full meal, which she didn't vomit in the last 3 months of her life. And I don't know what happened, but I was actually able to give her like an entire can of tuna and she'd just eat it and not vomit. And I was like, oh my God, this is great. Andrew says, forget the hate. Some people are only happy if making others miserable. Yeah, like I wrote Alec Baldwin a message today because he said, let's all give Catherine the privacy and time she needs because, this is terrible. And people were like, fuck her. She was so mean to Meghan Markle and Meghan Markle and Meghan Markle. And, I hate Meghan Markle. And I think Catherine is an absolute stunning gem of a respectful, elegant woman, restrained and I was like, I just cannot believe that these kind of people exist out there in the world. Who does that serve? Whom does that serve? It just makes no sense to me why anybody would want to disparage anybody, especially when they're going through something as terrible and tragic as cancer. Shut your gob, you useless sack of human cellular matter. Just stop it. Go save a cat or a dog or contribute to St. Jude's. Go do some penance. Bless you, Father, for you have sinned. I mean, come on. That woman, what did she ever do to Meghan Markle other than stiff up her lip, It's terrible. Anyway, thanks for Sunday school from Dave. Andrew Olko, as soon as our cats see the bottom of the food bowl, they act as if they're going to be starving. Don't they all? Mass is ended. Let you go in peace to love and serve the Lord. Thank you, everybody. And as you all know, as I always say, your messages, send them to basherdirk@gmail.com for Tuesday's show. Send me anything you want. We'll talk about it. We'll change the subject. I love when you change the subject. Makes my job a lot easier. And also it makes me learn a whole bunch of stuff. So I appreciate that. And thanks also to the incredible Patreon members. And you know who you are. Jim Lassick, Sam Led Consulting, Andrew Wolkowicz, Go Moto Soto, Nick Sisto, Complicated Time, Fergal McDermott, Nathaniel Hannon, Dana O'Malley, I read faster than it can go, Lord Scotty H, Dean McKenna, Doug McKenzie, and who's the latest one, right? Hold on a second. I got 2 new ones this week. Let me make sure I have them all where they belong. I have to add that to it. I'm going to have to do that right away. Yeah, Angelo Minichello is my latest. Thank you so much. Membership. Who is my audience? Make sure I got everybody there. Al Benedetti and Angelo Minichello, the 2 brand new ones. Thank you so much for joining my Patreon. I will add you immediately to that. I'll do it right now. I'm going to edit. Can I edit this? Here it is. Edit. Right? And did I spell that wrong? No, I did. Right? And G. Thank you. Updated to how it's supposed to be. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Sunday Mass. Go in peace to love and serve the Lord. And remember, whatever you do, just hold the door open. Say please and thank you. Try to be kind and try to never be a dickhead, unless, of course, that person is a total.